Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Grace Hodak. Right now, Madison firefighters are investigating what caused a fire this morning in the 3000 block of Commercial Avenue. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control around 5 a.m. 2 people were hurt and taken to the hospital. One cat named Shadow was presumed dead, but then it was found and reunited with friends of the owner who was on vacation.
10 seconds ago, I got a call that he's alive, and I come out and see a firefighter and Michaela with a cat carrier and Shadow inside telling me he's got 8 lives left, and I've never been more ecstatic.
Firefighters rescued one person off of a second-story balcony. Everyone else made it out of the building on their own. The Red Cross is helping the displaced residents. Today, the Juneau County Sheriff's Office confirmed the death of one of 2 men involved in a snowmobile crash. 60-year-old Scott Williams of Chippewa Falls died at the scene due to his injuries. The crash happened east of Mauston on the snowmobile trail near No Road. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has some additional safety reminders for all riders. First, don't drive impaired. Take a snowmobile safety training course, stay on the designated trail or stay home, never ride alone, and slow down. For the past 2 weeks, much of the country has been dealing with dangerous winter weather. From the Pacific Northwest to the south into the Northeast, millions have been dealing with low temperatures, heavy snow, ice, freezing rain, and high winds. Here's ABC's M. Wynn with the details.
Another Arctic blast is sweeping across the country. Millions of Americans under winter alerts for cold or snow this weekend. Dangerous driving conditions in Portland. Oregon's governor declaring a statewide emergency Thursday following deadly ice storms. And now another storm system is moving into the west coast from the Pacific. Plows doing their best to keep up as an intense band of snow walloped northwestern Indiana on Friday.
The snow has been ridiculous. Plows are trying to keep everything under control.
In Michigan, this man's dog coming to the rescue after he fell through the ice.
Send your pup here.
Officer Cameron Bennett tying the rescue line to her collar.
Call her. Pulled him up out of the hole. Once he was out of the hole, I told him, just stay in the laying position, make yourself as big as possible.
The dangerously cold temperatures extending into parts of the South. The entire city of Memphis, Tennessee under a boil water advisory after utility companies reported a number of burst pipes and pressure losses to the drinking water system. In New York, dramatic video showing this car trying to pass a semi-truck before crashing into a snowplow. Luckily, no one was injured. And in Pennsylvania, security video captured these dramatic moments as the semi-truck jackknifed and nearly crashed into a building. The winter weather is taking a toll on travel. Crews at the Philadelphia airport working to keep things going, but still lots of cancellations and delays.
I might just have to pitch a tent in this airport and just hang out here until my flight takes off.
Though there are some who are enjoying all the white stuff.
I enjoyed the snow day a lot. I like sledding with my friends.
Temperatures are expected to return to normal for this time of year in the coming days. And by Thursday and Friday, some places could see temperatures above average. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
That's right. We are expecting a bit of a warm up here as we head into next week and really even through the end of the month. But first, we got to get through our last not only sub-zero night, but also our last most likely wind chill advisory. That's going to be going through 9 a.m. on Sunday as wind chills are expected to once again dip anywhere between 20 to say 25 degrees below zero. We are quiet right now, but we are going to watch as winds turn out of the south overnight. And what that's going to do is not only bring up the warmth as we go throughout your Sunday, but maybe bring back a little bit of fog as well as we're waking up on your Sunday morning. Temperatures are ranging from just a few degrees above zero to about 10 or so. In Fond du Lac, they're at 11, 10 in Baraboo, 10 for those of us in Janesville. But our wind chill value, so what it feels like outside, for some of us, especially farther south and west, Lone Rock, Mineral Point, Platteville, and Monroe, it does feel like we're below zero, but everybody else, it kind of just depends. Baraboo, we don't really have that wind chill. Same with those of us in Prairie du Chien, but in the Madison area, it does feel like even though we're at 8, it feels like we're actually at 0 degrees. So we're going to hang out underneath mostly clear to partly cloudy conditions tonight. That fog may be developing as winds turn out of the southwest. They are going to remain light though. And this is our last night that we hang out below zero. As those winds turn out of the south, they're really going to warm us up, not only throughout your Sunday, but continuing to warm us up Sunday night into Monday as well. In fact, we really won't cool off from our high temperature Sunday into those 30s that we're expecting on Monday. We are going to be quiet as we end the weekend. A high pressure system sitting off to our south is going to bring back that warmth. So it is going to be a bit breezy tomorrow. If you're going to be partaking in the last day of free fishing weekend, just know it is going to be on the breezier side than where it was today. And temperatures are going to continue to warm on up throughout Sunday into Monday. Waking up tomorrow morning, it is going to be kind of the coldest point, anywhere between 15 to 20, 25 degrees below zero is what it will feel like. So throughout the night tonight and into, I would say, at least the late morning hours on Sunday, just make sure that you are limiting your time and your pet's time outdoors. Also, with the return of southerly winds, our chance for not only snow, but also rain and a mix of both increases as we go into next week. We'll have nearly daily chances, but I think the best chance for snow is going to be Tuesday. And then that transitions over to more of a rain-snow mix as we head further into next week, because our temperatures are going to be climbing. I mean, our overnight lows are going to be hanging right around freezing as we go Monday night into Tuesday and beyond. So we're not really going to see that cooler air, which is, again, going to be the reason why we say goodbye to that snow chance and then welcome more of a chance for rain and a rain-snow mix into next week. So we'll be doing a little bit of melting, to say the least. Not as much Monday and Tuesday, but I would say Wednesday and Thursday is when we have that better chance to do a little bit more widespread melting. We're looking at upper teens to low 20s tomorrow with those southwesterly winds. Fog in the morning, turning partly cloudy as we head throughout the end of the weekend. Keep in mind, winds are going to be breezy, so maybe it feels a little bit cooler out there, but as we go throughout the day, that wind chill will not be as bad as where it has been over the last few days, to say the least. Tonight is our last night, hanging out below zero. There's a look at our 7-day forecast. We only cool down by a degree tomorrow night because we have to quickly climb out of those upper teens Sunday night, really Sunday during the day, into those 30s by Monday. We'll have a chance for snow, I would say later Monday into Tuesday. That transitions over to more of a rain-snow mix Tuesday night into Wednesday, and we'll keep that chance on and off chances Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, even into Saturday of next week. But Grace and folks at home, it kind of looks like maybe we're even going to teeter with below 40s by Thursday or Wednesday of next week.
I remember last weekend you were saying a warm-up was happening and it was like 12 degrees. And I was giving you a hard time because I was like, that's not a warm-up. But seriously, on Wednesday, I was like, wait.
I mean, shorts.
It kind of feels warm. I mean, when you go from like
Flip-flops.
negative, very low
T-shirt.
temps. Beach.
Hey,
Pool.
Hey, we got water here, those lakes. But actually continue to dress as if we're in the middle of winter, even though it is going to feel nice outside. All
right, well, thank you so much, Blaze. This weekend, the DNR is inviting Wisconsinites to embrace the winter weather and join in on some free ice fishing. This statewide initiative gives people an opportunity to participate in a Wisconsin tradition. The DNR wants to remind people, though, no ice is 100% safe and you should always check conditions before you head out. Later tonight on 27 News at 10, Jarrell Ballard will have you covered on how ice fishers are feeling after a long period without proper conditions. Lucky's Bar and Grill on Lake Wisconsin hosted its first Beer Belly Plunge. The event was to raise money for the Lodi Fire Department and Lodi EMS. The bar's owner, who's also a former UW basketball player, Rod Ripley, kicked it all off. You can see him here jumping into the water wearing his old Badger uniform. How brave. I don't think I could ever, but it's all for a good cause. Organizers tell us it was 6 degrees at plunge time. Mandela Barnes trekked his way to Madison to kick off his fundraising campaign with the Alzheimer's Association at the Bras and Dropouts Bike Swap. The Bike Swap is a one-day event held each year in Madison, and it connects people who have biking equipment to others who may want to buy it. Barnes is training for the Door County Triathlon that's happening in July, which he will use to raise money for the association.
Last year I did the ride across Wisconsin with the Wisconsin Bike Fed, which was an incredible journey. It was one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life, but it was one of the most fulfilling, one of the most satisfying, and honestly one of the most fun things I've done.
Trek Bikes donated a bike to raffle off as part of the fundraiser. The swapping event typically brings around 1,000 people from Wisconsin and surrounding states. Also today, Nerd Haven Arcade in Madison hosted the Wisconsin State Pinball Championship. Organizers say Wisconsin has become one of the country's hotbeds for pinball over the last few years. Players ranged in age from 18 years old to 70 years old.
It's everyone from all walks of life, and it's just people who want to get together and forget about everything else out in the world,
Additionally, organizers say our state has the second highest participation in pinball events. In the past, 8 participants have won state championships. And the Packers are just under an hour away from kickoff in San Francisco. Green Bay faces off against the 49ers at 7:15 in the NFC divisional round. We'll have you covered with updates from the game right here at 10 p.m. All right, well, I guess we'll see everyone at 10.
Yeah, again, just stay warm tonight. It's our last night, sub-zero and with those wind chill advisories. But yeah, warm up on the way, and we'll talk more about that when we see you back here tonight at 10.
Okay, thank you for joining us.